My people, thank you for tuning in with Profe Gallo. So right now, I just was just reading up on this topic. As you can see, the topic of the video here: World Cup 2022. World Cup 2022, which is going to happen in Qatar. So Qatar is a small country on the Arabian Peninsula, bordered by Saudi Arabia. It's one of the richer countries in that region. So Qatar is hosting the World Cup, and they just put out that there is a ban on sex for the fans. So if you plan on visiting Qatar during the World Cup and you decide that you want to have sex during the World Cup, and the person that you plan on having sex with is not your spouse, you will get caught and face 7 years in prison. Imagine that, 7 years in prison. Now, Qatar is one of those countries where you cannot drink, so just keep that in mind. And many of the Muslim countries or Muslim predominant countries, they ban alcohol. You cannot drink. So specifically in Qatar, you also, during this time frame, cannot have sex. No sex. Sex will give you 7 years in prison. So the only exception, like I said, the only exception is if you're a married couple. So if you're married, you can have sex. Apart from that, you will go to jail. So you've been warned, all those soccer fans out there. Be sure that if you plan on going out to Qatar for the World Cup, know that there is a risk if you are planning to have relations out there with someone who is not your spouse. So the time frame of the World Cup is, it starts November 21st, and it should end sometime in late December. So I do not believe this is outside of this time frame that people are allowed to have, people are banned from having sex. But during this time frame, that is the case. So the position of Qatar, of the Qatari government, is they do not want to bring that party, drinking culture to the World Cup. So, what was that, Q? Let me bring up the comments. My man Q just wrote something here. I want to make sure I'm able to get that. Bring up the comments. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Q said, even if I had no desire to have sex, I would never travel to a place like that. Plus, I drink. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big drinker, even though right now I got a little bit of Hennessy. I'm not a big drinker, so yeah, I can do without a drink for a little while. But at the same time, and I'm married, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to go to a country that bans sex. I mean, I get they have their culture there, and the government is very strict. They don't want to bring that party drinking atmosphere to Qatar. But I mean, this is sports. That is part of the sports atmosphere. The environment of sports is competition, celebration, enjoyment, having fun. So if you are taking that part out of the equation, why even host the World Cup? Why host the World Cup? Because you think it's going to bring attention and money to Qatar? It could, but you just seriously limited all the money that you could get from this event because you put out this dumb rule that sex is banned during the World Cup. It's craziness. If you really wanted to attract more people to Qatar and attract tourism, you wouldn't put out nonsense like this. Even if you are a strict country and you want to carry on traditions and all that stuff, you need to actually dig in and figure out what you can do to bring more people to Qatar, have more people interested in the country, teach more people about the country. So therefore, you should allow a little freedom and tourism in this environment of sports, because right now you are limiting the fun, and you want to bring people to the country. You want to attract people to the small country of Qatar. You should do the work to make sure that people want to actually come. You putting out this nonsense knowing that sports fans, young people who want to go out and have fun and spend money, number one, yeah, they drink. Number two, they like to party and have fun. So drinking, music, sex, it's all part of the equation of sports, right? But you take that out of the equation, then you're limiting yourself, you're limiting the profits you can gain from this whole event. So, there you have it. That's basically it. If I got anyone in the chat that has any other comments, it would be very appreciated. But I'm just stunned that a huge event like the World Cup, which is even bigger than the Super Bowl in the United States, will actually be held in a country that will put out such nonsense like this. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Each country has a right to make whatever rules they want to do. It's fine. But when you have such an international event and you are doing this, it's crazy. Yeah. Q says, I did a tour in Kuwait and Iraq, and there is alcohol and party in the black market. Because of their religion, their women are expected to not have sex until marriage, but would from all over buy would from would from all over live there. I don't understand the last part, but yeah, there is a black market. I've never been to Iraq or Kuwait or Qatar, even though I was the when I was in one unit, when I was in a unit that fell under the 18 Airborne, I was the Plan B for to do a tour in Qatar actually, but Plan A worked out, so I didn't get selected. But yeah, there was it's well known that there's drinking, even though drinking is banned in Qatar and in Kuwait. But geez, for an event like this, you would think that at the very least they would have some sort of complex for where folks from other countries would come and they can come enjoy themselves within the confines of that area, so they can actually enjoy the World Cup without all these restrictions. Look at the money you can gain from this event. But you already have alcohol banned, but now you want to ban people from having sex? That is just nonsense. It's crazy. You know how much money you can make? You know how much, and I know the Qatari government cares about money. So you know how much money you can make just by hosting this, the most, hell, this event is probably almost as big as the Olympics itself. So imagine hosting something like this, and the amount of money you can make, from all those the international community coming to your country. You can put on a little show, teach them about Qatari culture and this and that, man. And then when they leave, you can use all that money to build whatever the Qatari people need, right? But this is definitely going to affect their money. My man Q says there are women from all over that live there. Yeah. I know that Qatar is one of those countries where they have a lot of people, a lot of expats there. When I say expats, expatriates or immigrants, wherever you want to call, where you have people there who work there, whether it's in the financial sector or in the energy sector, and then you have a whole lot of other people that come from poorer countries, that like the Philippines or India or Pakistan. They'll come there and they'll work in construction, or they'll work in domestic, and like as maids in the homes or things like that, like really lower level, low skilled labor, and in some cases even be abused, and the way that they're pretty much in some cases even held hostage, because they are brought over by a company to work, but then they have to pay like for their transportation to get to that country, or they have to pay for the living conditions or whatever. So basically their passport is held hostage until they can pay for that debt. So my man Q says there is a bar in the U.S. Embassy there. They serve alcohol too. Yeah, but the embassy is not considered part of that country. So those are sort of like that's special. So whenever you're in the embassy, basically the embassy and the U.S. embassy in Qatar is considered the U.S. So yeah, they can do whatever they want, But as far as outside the U.S. embassy, yeah, you better respect the rules and laws of the Qatari society that get dealt with. You don't want to go to jail abroad. I watched so many locked up abroad and banged up abroad episodes to know that going to jail was no fun, especially in a foreign country. Yeah, so that's basically it. I just wanted to touch on that because when I saw that and I was reading up on that, I just thought that was just ridiculously stupid to actually ban sex during the World Cup. And not only ban sex during the World Cup, but make it so that people know that if they have sex with someone who is not their wife or husband, they will get 7 years in prison. So what does that mean? They probably so how they even enforce that? What you book your hotel room? What they got like hidden cameras set up, or they're looking at who's going to your hotel room, or they see they got like a camera in the hallway and they see someone go into your room who was not your wife, or say you do travel with a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you got to show your marriage certificate to show that you're married. Is that what it comes to now? I mean, I don't know how things go in Qatar as far as booking hotels and things of that nature, but that is insane. That is insane to think about. I mean, 7 years in prison for having sex is insane. It's insane. And I tell you one thing. A lot of people who are diehard soccer fans are not going to Qatar for this reason. They already don't serve alcohol, so you can't drink alcohol. Now they're talking about you can't have sex. A lot of people are not going. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if you had some players said they're not going. Some soccer players, like you may have like the whole team, the whole Colombian team. They'll be like, "Yo, I'm not going." Then the whole Brazilian team's like, "I'm not going." And then the whole Honduran teams, "I'm not going." The whole Mexican teams, "I'm not going." And then you'll probably have like a lot of teams saying they're not going because of that. So I'm pretty sure if the national teams of all the various countries in the world wanted to boycott the World Cup, they could, and they had the World Cup in a different location, just simply because you have these strict rules with the hosting country. Now, I don't want the Qatari government to be mad at me and come at me. I'm just stating that, look, when you are having an international event of this level, you cannot impose your lifestyle or your country's lifestyle or your authoritarian government's ideas on participants from all over the world. You gotta think bigger than that. You gotta keep in mind this is an international community of people of various cultures and backgrounds and countries that are coming to your country as guests. And as guests in your country, they should have some level of liberty so that they can actually come in, not only enjoy your country, but enjoy the event that's being hosted, the event that's taking place. So this is absolutely the wrong way of going about hosting this event and trying to get people to come to your country. Wrong way. So I got any comments? Anyone else in the chat? Si yo tengo alguien que solo habla español, yo puedo decir algunas cosas en español. So básicamente, en el país que se llama Qatar, que está ubicado en la península de Arabia, este país, el torneo de fútbol va a pasar aquí en noviembre y diciembre de este año. Y el gobierno de Qatar prohibió sexo en ese país durante ese tiempo. Entonces, por este mes no hay sexo. La única persona que puede tener sexo en su país durante el torneo de fútbol es gente que están cansados, la gente en matrimonio. Aparte de eso, si una persona tiene sexo, te manda a la presa por 7 años. 7 años en la cárcel por sexo. Entonces, lo que estamos hablando ahora es que eso no es justo, porque tenemos una comunidad internacional que van a ir a este país para disfrutar el evento, para gastar mucho dinero, pero ese gobierno, en este país tú no puedes beber alcohol, pero el gobierno también hizo que tú no puedes tener sexo en ese país durante ese tiempo. Y si tienes sexo, va a tener 7 años en la cárcel. So I just broke it down just a little bit in Spanish so that the people can understand what I'm saying. So básicamente, si ustedes tienen un comentario o algo sobre el tema, por favor, escriben. Pero eso es todo lo que yo quise decir. That's all that I wanted to say, to share with the group. It's crazy. I still can't believe it. I'm really curious about what the World Cup and FIFA and the international community is going to do about this, because this is insane. It's crazy. I can't believe it. So let's see what blowback Qatar gets for all this. But that's basically it. Thank you all for tuning in with Profe Gallo. And if you like, please give me a thumbs up. Da me gusta, por favor. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And leave any comments about this live. Questions, answers, concerns, anything. Muchas gracias por todo. Peace.